Hello everyone, this is continuation of Poinsettia and berries. Joining this video will show how to join a motif onto two previously joined motifs. So these are two motifs that are already joined together right there. So we're gonna add another motif to join together. So we will be working on two sides of this current motif, joining from here onto the corner there and into this corner. So we will joining is starting from one corner, the next corner, and into the third corner. So as I have said before in the previous video, that we need to make the motif all facing wrong side out. To recognize which is the wrong side, this is the wrong side that's facing up right now. The right side of the motif will have the puffy side of the berries showing. So I don't know if it's very noticeable on the video, but the berries are more puffy here as opposed to the wrong side, and that is how it looks on the wrong side. So anyway, so make sure that they are all facing on the same direction before joining them. So let us begin. So this is, see, this is the right side right now. So I need to turn it around to make it face the same way the two motifs are facing. So wrong side up. So we're gonna start the motif again. I already worked part of the 13th round up to the corner. Of the leaf motif. Starting on this corner of the leaf motif, half of the leaf motif anyway, so we pause and get ready to join the current motif, this one, to the previous motif. So chain 2, because we will be joining it onto the chain 5 of this previous motif. So we chain 2, then single crochet on the chain 5 on the chain 5 corner of the previous motif, then chain 2, 1, 2, and complete the leaf stitches on the current motif. So we are going to double crochet on the same space, and then double crochet on the next 3 double crochets, making a total of 4 double crochets. Then chain 5, 1. We do not make chain 5 because we are joining, so we only chain 2. Then single crochet on the next chain 5 of the previous motif. So single crochet there, and then chain 2, and then back to the current motif, make a single crochet Then we will be joining on the next chain 5 of the previous motif right there. So chain 2 and single crochet on the next chain 5 of the previous motif. Then chain 2, and this time we need to make a berry on the current motif. So make TR4 together, just like we did before. Chain 1 and single crochet on the next chain 3 of the previous motif. Then chain 1 again and berry stitch on the next chain 3 of the current motif. Make it on the second chain. TR4 tug together to make a berry. Then chain 1 and join by making a single crochet on the next chain 3 of the previous motif. Then chain 1 and another berry stitch on the second chain of the next chain 3 of the current motif. Then chain 1 and single crochet on the next chain 3 right there. See, I almost skip one, so it's the next one is this one, because we already taken that one, so the next one is this one. So single crochet right there. Then chain 1 and another berry stitch on the second chain of the next chain 3 of the current motif. Then chain 1 and single crochet on the next chain 3 of the next of the current previous motif right there. Then chain 1 and make the last berry of the current motif. Because we already have 4, so one more berry, then chain 2 because we are going to be joining on the next chain 5. So chain 2, 1, 2, and single crochet on the next chain 5 of the previous motif, then chain 2, 1, 2, and single crochet on the next chain 5 of the current motif. Chain 2, 1, 2, and join by making single crochet on the next chain 5 of the previous motif. Then chain 2, and skip the next double crochet of the current motif, 1, 2, 3, and double crochet on the next 3 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, and double crochet on the chain 2 corner stitch. Then we pause because we are going to join the corner onto the corner of the 2 pre-connected motifs. So we are going to join it right there. We're going to make a single crochet right on this single crochet right here. So just single crochet on the single crochet. So we connected the 3 corners there. Did I make a chain 2? I did not make a chain 2, so let's redo it. I'm getting carried away. We chain 2 first, 1, 2, and single crochet on the single crochet. So we just attach it actually to the bar of the single crochet, like that. Then we chain 2, 1, 2, and back to the current motif. We are going to finish the repeating stitches of the current motif. So we double crochet on the same corner space, then double crochet on the next 3 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3. So there's a total of 4. Now we are going to connect this side now. So we're gonna connect on the chain 5. So we will chain 2 on the current, chain 2, and then single crochet on the previous motif, then chain 2 and single crochet on the current motif like that, then chain 2 again because we are connecting to the next chain 5 of the previous. So we chain 2, then single crochet on the next chain 5 of the previous, then chain 2 again, 1, 2, and this time we are going to make a berry on the current motif, berry on the second chain of the next chain 3 of the current motif. So 1, 2, so one berry is made. Then chain 1 and connect to the next chain 3 of the previous motif by making a single crochet, then chain 1 and back to work on the current motif to make another berry. So then chain 1 and single crochet on the next chain 3 of the previous motif, chain 1 and back to work on the current motif to make another berry on the second chain. Then chain 1 and connect to the next chain 3 of the previous motif, then chain 1 and back to work on the current to make a berry stitch on the second chain of the next chain 3. Then chain 1 and single crochet on the next chain 3 of the previous motif. Then chain 1 and back to work on the current motif to make a berry on the second chain of the next chain 3. So we made the last berry on the current motif. So now we are going to connect the current onto the chain 5 of the previous motif right there. So we need to make a chain 2 on the current motif, 1, 2, and single crochet on the next chain 5 of the previous motif. Then chain 5, 1, 2, not chain 5, but chain 2. Okay, so we are going to work on the current motif, make a single crochet on the current motif. And so we see that all the berries are connected. So we're just now going to connect the rest of the sides, of the 2 sides, so up to the corner. So chain 2, because we are connecting on a chain 5 of previous motif, so we chain 2, 1, 2, and single crochet on the next chain 5 of the previous motif. Then chain 2 and back to work on the current motif, skipping 1, 2, 3, 3 double crochets and double crochet on the next 3 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, and double crochet into the space, and then chain 2 because we are going to connect to the chain 5 corner of the previous motif. Then chain 2 and back to the current motif, making a double crochet on the same space. And let's complete this leaf motif here on the current motif. So after the double crochet on the same space, we double crochet onto the next double crochet, 3 of them. So that was 1, this is 2, this is 3. So as you can see that we already completed the sides. And that's how the sides, the connected the pieces looks. Here's where we connected, here to here. So we are just going to complete the round 13 of this current motif that we are doing. And that's the way it looks now. That's the reason I like this join as you go method, because you don't see the seam line where the motifs are joined together. So I hope it encourages you to make this pattern and be familiar with join as you go method. And I thank you all for watching. And so to those of you who have not started on this pattern, I welcome you to join my crochet along, and I will show you my progress on the tablecloth that I'm making, and I hope you join us. Thank you all for watching, and you all have a blessed day, and please remember to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.